We're just counting down. They said camera 8. That's that one over there.
No, but it goes 8, 4, 2, 5.
Oh, 5. It's to keep us on our toes, Andrew.
It's the new math.
Mr. Andrew Lessman, everyone. Andrew, how are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Great to see you, Adam.
Pleasure to see you, sir.
Yes.
Andrew, we've got a big night in store tonight at midnight. A brand new formula.
We've constantly updated our circulation and vein support for healthy legs. It's among our most popular products we've made. It's one of those products that really made its own way. I never had any concept of the popularity that this product could find. But you found this product, and the reviews are incredible on this product. And what we've done, it's now basically 3 very powerful formulas rolled into one. So each one of the 3 key ingredients now would be sufficient to get the kind of reviews that this product gets collectively. So whether it's the diosmin with hesperidin, or whether it's the butcher's broom extract, or whether it's now the horse chestnut extract, now you're getting all 3. Plus we still are giving you the pine bark extract and the grapeseed extract. So it's always been an amazing formula. The reviews have been incredible. All of the 3 key ingredients I was reading some of the research before I came over this evening. I'd say you can pick each ingredient as to which one has the most compelling research, but you don't have to select because you're getting all of them. So, and the value is the best value we've ever had on it. So again, it's just pennies a capsule.
And it's been a little over a year since we had a today's special on circulation and vein support, and we'll talk about the 2,400 5-star reviews, see the difference, feel the difference, whether it's the look of maybe enlarged veins, maybe it's going to be those swollen calves. Andrew, when your legs don't feel good, you don't feel good.
No, or even for me, what I notice, and it's funny, it's sort of interesting. We have the vitamins on the counter at home, and I figured I was coming here, we had run out of circulation vein support on the counter. Right. It was going to be sent to the house. So I haven't taken it for 2 or 3 days. And I run every day, or I hike every day, or I bike every day, right. one or the other. And I literally can feel a little kind of tingling. That's personally what I notice when I'm not taking it. So whether it's the pins and needles, the tingling you might have, the restlessness that you might notice in your legs, the cramping you might notice at night, or certainly the swelling. Each one of these 3 ingredients, each one of them has research where they talk about the diameter or the circumference of your ankle, your calf, your feet, the swelling, the enlargement, because it improves the efficiency of the blood vessels and veins in your legs. It makes those tissues healthier, so it resists the fluid seeping out and causing that swelling. So whatever it might be, it's generally just the aging process. It's all the challenges of our work schedule, standing too much or sitting too much, but it's really an opportunity to make a profound difference that I think none of us anticipate even being possible.
And it really is a remarkable product that has amazing reviews. Just incidentally on the pricing, this is, because Andrew, tonight we're doing 720 caps for the same price typical of 360.
Yeah, I hadn't noticed that until I just looked at that chart. So it's basically buy one, get one free, and of course free shipping. You take 2 capsules a day, so that's a year supply.
Right.
And it's a product that any one of the sizes, you could see it's incredible savings. And throughout the year, the pricing is an incredible value. Mind you, we've always continued to upgrade this formula, improve the formula. We just added horse chestnut to it. And the price is still the best price per capsule ever. So you're getting all the diosmin, the butcher's broom, the horse chestnut you'd want, plus the pine bark extract, the grapeseed extract, the hesperidin, and the rutin, all of those ingredients. Just an incredible, incredible value. And the way it's looking, we're way ahead of schedule on this, so hopefully we'll have enough to last the day.
The most powerful and comprehensive formula ever. That's part 1 of our 2 today's specials. The other one, and I'm so thrilled to see this back, this is our turmeric product, a wondrous ingredient. Andrew, I can't wait to chat about this.
This is an ingredient, and I just smiled to myself when I introduced this, oh gosh, 15, 20 years ago. No one was all that particularly interested.
Right.
It was sort of an interesting, popular product, but today, because so much research has been published, if you go to the National Research Database, you can pretty much pick any system or organ in your body.
Yeah.
You can pretty much pick any health issue, and they're exploring turmeric's potential role, the curcuminoids that make turmeric beneficial. But turmeric is not as simple as just getting some turmeric bark. It's some turmeric root. it's just not that simple because it's inherently not well absorbed, inherently. And not only is it not well absorbed, what little gets absorbed, your body processes it really quickly and moves through it quickly. So you really don't get an opportunity to benefit. The way we make our turmeric beneficial is by complexing it with fat. That is how it's always been done in Asian countries when they cook with it. And mind you also, typical turmeric spice is 1 or 2% curcuminoids. So only 1 to 2% of the beneficial ingredient. Ours is 95%. Then we complex that 95% with fat to make it the most efficient, the most natural, the most effective delivery system. So if you want the benefits of turmeric, the only natural beneficial way to deliver it is to get a high standardization and complex it with fat. The other way they do it by complexing it with black pepper spice or adding black pepper spice in, that could affect the absorption of medications and drugs. Black pepper spice can be inherently irritating to the gut. So that's not a consideration for us at all. The only way to do it the right way, the natural way, is by complexing it with fat.
And we encourage you, before we get to midnight, Google turmeric and all the benefits, joints, liver, brain. It seems like an endless list, Andrew, that grows every day.
And it, well, whether you want it for the soothing benefits to your joints, whether you want it for the detoxifying benefits to your liver, because so many of us take medications, might drink alcohol, whatever it might be. Even if we live perfectly healthy, the liver is, as they say, the Rodney Dangerfield of organs. It's the one that doesn't get a lot of respect, but it's the hardest working organ in our body. That would make it the James Brown of organs, too. Turmeric is really a botanical that, as I often say about cranberry, that cranberry is sort of the poster child for a traditional remedy that eventually got scientific and medical respect. Turmeric has not only attained that point, but it's far exceeded it if you look at the body of science and research.
And just really quickly, in case you're going to bed early tonight, and we'd love you to stay with us throughout the entire show, but if you want to get your order in, pricing on the turmeric is the best it will be all year long. Again, free shipping and handling and flex pay.
Best ever, and the best it will be all year long. It's my products, they're a Today Special once a year. So you will not see this as a Today Special again this year. Perhaps toward the end of the year, it might be a monthly special, but the monthly special price is never as good a value as the Today Special price.
And incidentally, if you go for the 360, it's nearly 50% off the regular price. And again, it's the incredible way that Andrew's delivering the turmeric so you get the most benefits from it. That's what's so key.
And again, if you're not delivering it in a fashion that's going to be well absorbed, and you could take the best turmeric extract in the world at 95%.
Sure.
If we didn't complex that with fat, it's going to be about 2% as absorbable.
Right.
So by complexing it with fat, it increases its benefits by almost 3,000%.
Wow.
And that's the only way that I would ever contemplate delivering turmeric.
So we'll come back here at midnight for the official launch. We're going to head over this way to our first item for the variety show tonight,
yes.
Andrew, right?
For 11 o'clock, we go through, I think we'll be going through close to a dozen different products.
And we've got some good ones.
And we have some great monthly
know.
specials.
And that's how we're going to start. Andrew, you know this is one of my all-time favorites, Fruitful, or the cruciferous vegetables. I have these at home. I swear by them. For anyone out there, whether it's yourself or somebody you love who's not getting enough fruits or vegetables, these are a must-have. Andrew, you've taken Mother Nature's most powerful ingredients and put them in a capsule.
And then what we've done, there's a lot of products out there. You see a lot of drinks and things that I call them kitchen sink products, that you'll find everything in them but the kitchen sink.
Right.
That they have fruits and vegetables, but they're not standardized. What they are is just dried fruits and vegetables. Dried fruits and vegetables, you might as well eat the fruit and vegetable. Dried fruits and vegetables simply cannot and do not deliver the benefits of a standardized extract. A standardized extract means for every fruit and vegetable that you might contemplate putting in a supplement, there is a specific component that makes it beneficial. What a standardized extract is, it's extracting that fruit or that vegetable so it's a standardized amount. So when you say take a vitamin C capsule, you know you're getting 500 milligrams of vitamin C. If you're getting, say, bilberry extract is a berry. But even if you have 50 milligrams of bilberry extract, unless you know what are called the anthocyanin levels, it's like not knowing the amount of vitamin C. Because what makes bilberry interesting and exciting to be in a supplement are its anthocyanin levels. So without knowing that, you can't know it's beneficial. So every single ingredient in both of these products are standardized for the important compounds that make them beneficial. And without that, you might as well just eat the fruits and vegetables themselves. And mind you, standardized extracts. If you look at this, just dried fruits, if I wanted dried bilberry or dried blueberry or dried cranberry, whatever those ingredients might be in the product, it costs usually $1 or $2 or $3 a kilogram, or a pound roughly. A kilogram is 2.2 pounds. A standardized extract, say of bilberry, is going to cost $500 or $600 a kilogram.
Right.
So in most cases, a standardized extract is going to be 10, 50, 100 times more expensive, and I would venture to say it's 10, 50, 100 times more beneficial. Again, just throwing dried fruit into a drink or dried vegetables in a drink, a waste of time and a waste of your money. If you're going to get a supplement with fruits and vegetables, they need to be declared standardized extracts and not just a long list of fruits and veggies.
There's so many of us who are still looking at 2020 for our New Year's resolutions, to eat better, to be healthier, to make better choices and decisions. This is one of the easiest ways to feel so much better about a daily regimen. You take, and folks, I mean, I have both of them at home. You can surely choose one or the other, but there's fruitful or cruciferous vegetable extracts. They are wonderful products that I notice a difference with, Andrew.
And I try to eat both of those kinds of foods every day.
Sure.
I'll make a smoothie with berries in it. You know, I'll try to have salads, or Muriel loves to make asparagus soup. She makes veggie soups that I just love. But the way I use this product is I kind of fill in the gaps. The days where I don't have berries, that's when I have my fruitful antioxidant extracts. The days when I don't have cruciferous vegetables or enough of them, that's when I have my cruciferous vegetable extracts. Kind of what I do with my omega-3s. Every day I take a couple of capsules of omega-3s. If I eat a good portion of fish that day, of fatty fish, I take one capsule.
Right.
So it's a way to really look at your dietary supplement as a dietary supplement. What I wanted to do is take a capsule of the fruitful antioxidants and just open it in, this is more than a gallon of water here. And just to give you a sense of what's different, if it was just dried fruit, it wouldn't do what it's going to do here. First of all, you could already see it naturally, these are water-soluble protective compounds, anthocyanins.
Yeah.
But and that's one capsule, and these are the same capsules you'll get at home. And as it dissolves, as it solubilizes, what will happen? It's going to get darker and darker until eventually it's so dark purple on your TV, it's almost going to look black. And that's one capsule that contains, well, it contains all of these. It contains about 500 milligrams of various extracts, and as you can see, acai berry and all the standardizations, bilberry, so 40 milligrams of acai berry, 40 milligrams of bilberry extract with its standardization, black elder extract, cranberry extract, grape skin, pomegranate, blueberry, cherry, chokeberry, grapeseed, raspberry, resveratrol, actually pure resveratrol, 20 milligrams of pure resveratrol, strawberry, blackberry, apple polyphenols, apple extract, and then a little bit of vitamin C, because a lot of those fruits naturally come with vitamin C. So each one of those, if you went down these ingredients here, you could buy dried fruits for next to nothing.
Right.
That's oftentimes from fruit processors, that's the discard from their food processing process. But these extracts, again, when apple extract is standardized for polyphenols, that's hundreds of dollars a kilo. Right. The same thing with bilberry extract, black elder extract. Our same cranberry that we use in our cranberry, well, it's 400 milligrams in our cranberry product, our cranberry benefits. But again, as you go down the list, the thousands of different kinds of protective compounds. And I don't even like to use the word antioxidant. I was probably the first one to use the word antioxidant in talking about the components in my products 40 years ago or 41 years ago. And I don't like the way it's sort of been used or abused. What I prefer to say and really refer to them as is protective compounds. These are the naturally protective compounds that we seek when we eat those kinds of foods. And the same goes for our cruciferous vegetable extracts. Different kinds, very different protective compounds. But those purple fruits we're talking about and the cruciferous vegetables, those are, objectively speaking, those are the healthiest of fruits and the healthiest of vegetables, and that's what we targeted. And if you want to look at the, it's more than a gallon of water.
For one capsule.
Can you even? I was going to say, can you even see my hand? You could barely see my hand behind there now.
Barely.
And that's from one capsule in more than a gallon of water. And again, I'm often asked if that's a special prop capsule that we put together. No, that is the exact same product that you'll get at home that you would take at home.
Price-wise, it's so affordable. For all of those key ingredients, the expense of these ingredients, whether you choose fruitful or cruciferous vegetable extracts, 30, 60, 180 or 360, I always, and I've already bought mine to stock up, I always do the 360. I'm thrilled that it's a special for this month because you're getting fabulous savings, $79.90. Again, same price of the cruciferous extracts. That to me is even more important because it's got things like kale and broccoli and red cabbage. There are many of us who have partners, husbands and wives who don't eat enough vegetables or enough fruit, right? Right? Get them this. For heaven's sake, get them this. That was my thing, I'll just tell you honestly. My diet wasn't as good as it should have been, so I picked these up over 1.5 years ago now. They're not often on air with Andrew. I'm thrilled to see it at a special price. So you've got fruitful, you've got cruciferous vegetable extracts, fabulous pricing, and a wondrous product.
And even just quickly on the cruciferous, and this is a lot of these ingredients, we had to twist arms to get them made, that a lot of the ingredients in the cruciferous vegetable extracts, because again, most companies are content to just put dried fruit and dried veggies in products.
Right.
I am not. If I'm going to put a vegetable in our cruciferous vegetable extract, it's going to be standardized like broccoli extract for sulforaphane.
Yep.
It's going to be standardized as red cabbage. It's both standardized for polyphenols and anthocyanins, glucosinolates, which is what makes cruciferous vegetables special. As you can see, all of these are standardized for glucosinolates. So you're getting 8,000 micrograms of glucosinolates alone per capsule. So I'm not aware of any other product on the market that has the kind of combination of ingredients that these two products have.
Thank you for your calls and your orders. Stay right there. Remember, everything at the moment, free shipping and handling, flex pay, and tonight at midnight, a new Today special.
And again, it's our monthly special on these. So this pricing is sort of a once a year opportunity because these normally are not Today specials.
Right. And that's why this is a good day because you're getting better pricing, Andrew.
And now we'll talk about something that is a Today special, although for a couple of years we skipped it because there was a worldwide shortage of high-quality collagen peptides.
Right, you said
and
this
if I
to me.
can't get the best quality, I'll make the product go away. I'm not someone who'll say, gosh, we'll offer the second best product or something like that. That's not what we do. So we didn't have a Today special on collagen peptides for a couple of years. So this is our monthly special. Incredible, incredible pricing. There's two options. When the pricing and costs went crazy with this worldwide shortage, that's when I identified that there were two great sources. Normally we did marine collagen peptides, but the price on that went up almost 5 times in a short period of time, so meaning 5 times what it originally was. Not 5 different occasions, but 5 times. So what we now have is not just the marine collagen peptides, we have our free-range collagen peptides. And I'm often asked, which should I get?
Right.
Frankly, the free-range collagen peptides are about half the price.
Right.
And if I were you, I would save money because when I look at the spec sheet, when we do our analysis in-house of the molecular components, looking at the dipeptides, the tripeptides, the oligopeptides that make up these two products, we can't really find a difference, and they're both completely water soluble. They both have no taste. So whether you're going to enjoy one or the other, you're really not going to discern a difference as far as I'm concerned. So if you love our marine collagen peptides, there's no better marine collagen peptide product in the world than ours, just as there is no better free-range collagen peptide in the world than ours, because they are both made by the same company. It's a Japanese company. When I can, I love to buy ingredients here in the US. But when it comes to collagen peptides, the experts, and they've been doing it for probably almost a century, the experts, and they've been putting it in a whole range of products, they're in Japan. So if I want to offer you the best collagen peptides in the world that are going to make the most significant difference in the appearance of your skin, in the way your joints feel, which for me is everything, because I love to remain active, I love to be active, so my joints are important. And as far as I'm concerned, collagen peptides, right up there with glucosamine and chondroitin in terms of benefits to your joints. But if you want those benefits, whether it be your skin or your joints, you deserve the best collagen peptides in the world. They come from Japan, and that's where we get our marine collagen peptides or our free-range collagen peptides.
There are a lot of headlines about collagen, and we'll kind of dig in a little bit, but just to go to the pricing that Andrew mentioned, and I love what he said. You know, if you're looking to spend money but also save money and spend money wisely, the free range is amazing.
It's amazing, and it's less expensive than when we introduced collagen peptides almost 20 years ago. It's less expensive than the marine was when we introduced it. So the free range is really, especially with MSM in both of these, they both come with MSM. So the MSM alone is probably worth $20 or $30 on that free range. So the free range today at monthly special pricing, or to the end of the month, is an incredible, incredible opportunity. The marine collagen is as well, if you consider the quality of our marine collagen, but I look at it compared to the free range, and I mean, at home, what I do, I make it. I take a scoop of each, so I could vote for both candidates. So I don't have to pick. So in fact, it's something that we will make in the future, because of a lot of you, when you heard me say that you said, well, why don't you do a 50-50 blend? Right. And the price will probably be right in the middle, which obviously it would. So that's something we could all do at home. You could get a bottle of each and just use them 50-50. Also, what I need to point out, our serving size is 5 grams. Okay. There are a lot of collagen peptide products on the market that don't even have the quality we have, because ours is the best quality you'll find anywhere in the world, but they're about half a gram a serving or a gram serving. So if you do the math, say a 240 serving, if you're only taking a gram a day, that's really a 1,200 serving supply. So I like the 5 gram serving because it probably encompasses about 80 or 90% of the research. At a 10 gram serving, you're getting 100% of the research. So 5 grams for me, it's a very liberal dose, meaning it's a significant amount. But again, this is a product that it's harmless. You don't have to worry about overdosing on collagen peptides. For me, I take 10 grams a day, but then I'm someone who, I'm not as young as I used to be, and just yesterday I went, what did I do, about 12 miles with about 3,000 feet of vertical. Very good. So that's something that most people my age are not doing anymore. But there are a lot of sort of crazy people like me out there, but if you're going to do that, you need to be intelligent enough to give your body what it needs. And simply, the mere fact that we're all aging, and the fact that collagen is the predominant protein in our body, it is the integrating protein in our skin, the integrating protein in our joints, the integrating protein in our blood vessels. So if we want our joints and our skin to retain their youthful elasticity, then guess what? We have to focus on the collagen peptides. Yep. And it's not just that this is a raw material for collagen peptide synthesis. This is more than that. This is actually a signal to your body to synthesize collagen peptides. So it plays a dual role. It's both a stimulant and a signal to your body to produce the collagen peptides we all need, and it's the raw material. So it's a dual role. Everybody's talking about collagen, the benefits of collagen. People are talking about how they don't want to ever live without collagen. And what Andrew's done tonight, especially with the free range collagen, is make it so accessible. You know, Andrew mentioned softer skin, more radiant skin, helping to reduce wrinkles, more comfortable joints, softer, stronger hair. Just to go back again to the pricing on the free range, and this is big. Andrew mentioned he's not able to distinguish a difference between the marine or the free range. There is a significant difference in price. So if we start here, we're talking about trying collagen, absolutely a must-have. Let's go to the 240 servings. Today it's $149.90. If you want to try it, but that's a little too much, go for the free range. It's $69.90. I didn't realize it was because this is a monthly special, right? And that's like that's really a Today Special price. Right. That's just an incredible value. So you're looking at really, what does that end up being? About 40 cents a serving for a 5 gram serving. So again, that's incredible pricing on the free range. It's great pricing on the marine collagen, but But that's really amazing on the, because usually we say that the free range is a little more than half the price of the marine.
Right.
But that's a bit more than, that's less than half the price, a bit more than half the price.
It's a
bit more than less than half the price. Yeah, that's easy for me to say.
That's a tongue twister, Andrew. I'm glad you said it.
It's less than half the price.
We're going to head over this way. Since we're halfway through the show, I think we deserve a chocolate break. And boy, do we have the dreamiest, creamiest, most delicious chocolate in the world. Oh no, we're not doing this. No, we're sitting down.
Way to go sit there.
You're following me,
it's good.
Andrew.
I'm getting more steps. I didn't get enough steps today, so that's good. Making me walk around.
I did that on purpose, naturally, Andrew. I did it for your own benefit. We'll come to our chocolate break momentarily, but we have to talk about phytoceramides and algal DHA, especially this time of year.
We're nearing the end. This is a little winter special we did, so we're going to be nearing the end of the winter special. And the reason why I did this is we always talk about phytoceramides in terms of moisturizer to the skin.
Right.
In fact, a lot of topical skin products contain ceramides because ceramides are, in terms of the internal structure of our skin, that's the natural moisturizing molecule that our skin uses internally. Our skin doesn't use ceramides externally to moisturize itself. We might if we apply them.
Sure.
So if we want to enhance our skin's natural moisturizing process, and mind you, our skin's natural moisturizing process is not about us looking good. It's not about vanity. What it is about survival, because we need to hold on to moisture. And the stratum corneum of our skin, where the phytoceramides or ceramides are found in abundance, that is where our skin is keeping the moisture in. So it's important, I drink fluid throughout the day. It's important to hydrate. If you want to have great looking skin, if you want to avoid the crepey appearance of skin, you know, it happens with age, but make sure you're well hydrated. It's, if you want to understand how important hydration is, I've always said this, just go in a hospital and look at someone who's dehydrated.
Right.
And you'll make sure for the rest of your life, if you want your skin to look good, you'll make sure that you adequately hydrate. But once you adequately hydrate, getting your skin to have those visible benefits is all about keeping the moisture in, and that's where ceramides come in. And ceramides topically, like any oil-based molecule, it'll have a moisturizing feel. It'll have an emollient feel. Is it moisturizing your skin? No. If you truly want to moisturize your skin, which means holding on to the hydration your body has, that requires that ceramides be delivered to the stratum corneum. They can't be delivered to the stratum corneum from the outside. It doesn't work. The only way you deliver them to the stratum corneum, which this ingredient has been proven to get delivered to the stratum corneum, is by ingesting them.
Okay.
And this ingredient comes from a very sophisticated company in France that did all the original research and clinical studies. So we literally travel the world. In fact, where Muriel grew up, just outside of Paris, they are within a stone's throw of where Muriel grew up, just outside of Paris. So we're going to be visiting their facilities later, probably in April or May, when we visit Muriel's family.
I mean, nothing holds you back. You always go to the best places, the finest sources.
As I always, it's funny. Someone the other day, I thought it was the craziest question. They asked me, "Do you actually take your products?" And the fact of the matter is, the only reason the company exists, I never had a plan to have a vitamin company.
Right.
But as an athlete, I wanted the best vitamins. And I couldn't find them in any store from any company, so I started making them for myself 41 years ago. So it still continues, because these are first and foremost for me. And I always say there's only one best way to do everything. There's only one right way to do everything. And that's how we go about making each of our products. We make sure that if we're getting phytoceramides, we are finding the best source or sources of phytoceramides in the world, and that's what we've done with this product.
And that's why Andrew's products have cumulatively tens of thousands of reviews.
More than 100,000.
Hundreds of thousands of reviews.
More than 100,000 reviews, and they average almost 4.7 stars.
It's remarkable.
So over 90% of the reviews are positive reviews, and unlike other websites out there, at HSN, these are all real reviews from real people who had to purchase the product and use the product before they can post a review. So we're very careful about that too. And
that's why we always ask you, if you have a spare moment and you love Andrew's products, please take a moment to leave a review on hsn.com. We're going to quickly segue to Algal DHA.
And by the way, the phone lines have been crazy since we started here, so please be patient. We're not going to run out of anything. So you either go online, you could call back in a little bit, bit, but we won't run out of anything, I promise.
We might be running around the studio back.
We'll run around, but we won't run out of anything. I'll run out of the studio in about an hour. So.
We're excited, though. There's a big Today's Special launching at midnight. 2 Today's Special, circulation and vein support, and of course, turmeric. Andrew, right now, there's Algal. Right now, many of us, dry sinus passages, we've got dry eyes.
And it's funny, that's what I was going to start talking about with both phytoceramides and with Algal Dha, or our regular omega-3 products, our essential omega-3 or max essential omega-3, that this time of year, it really is more important, rather than targeting the beauty of our skin and the anti-wrinkle properties and the moisturization and hydration properties of ceramides and phytoceramides, when we look at other tissue, whether it's our eyes, whether it's our sinus passages, whether it's our bronchial tubes, basically our nasal passages, these are things that in the winter tend to dry out.
Sure.
So even if there's a little humidity outside, by the time we heat that air inside, the relative humidity has plummeted. And even if we use a humidifier, it really doesn't significantly change the humidity. It does improve it, and it's better to use one than not. But especially at night when we're horizontal and we're breathing rhythmically, it just dries out our throat,
Sure.
our mouth, our nasal passages, our sinus passages. And again, ceramides, phytoceramides, omega-3 fatty acids, they play an incredibly important moisturizing role. And I've gotten wonderful feedback since we introduced this winter special for that peculiar reason.
Yep.
Yes, it's great to moisturize your skin because all sorts of skin issues and conditions get worse in the winter because of the dryness.
Exacerbated, yeah.
But also, those same things occur to other parts of our body that are exposed. And again, because we're breathing constantly, our eyes are exposed. Again, those tissues are exposed, and ceramides and omega-3s play a critical role in the retention of moisture.
Great combination product. Phytoceramides and the Algal Dha. Pricing, just so you know, really, Andrew, there's $100 off.
We have never done a Today's Special on the Algal Dha. And DHA is the most important of the omega-3s. It's 2/3 of what your brain is made of, basically.
Right.
So it's just an incredible opportunity to really go to the source when it comes to omega-3s. Certainly, our fish oil product is amazingly affordable.
Sure.
But our Algal Dha, if you're vegan or vegetarian, it's an opportunity to get omega-3. And that's the reason most people don't realize that fish do not make omega-3s. Most people think that salmon or tuna are making your omega-3s for you. No, they're not. They're eating algae, and they're concentrating the omega-3s from algae. So with our Algal Dha, we're basically going to the source.
If you'd like to order algal and phytoceramides, special pricing for our winter specials, and again, they are available on FlexPay. Okay, now it's time for chocolate, I'm being told.
Yes.
Let's head over this way.
And again, as you correctly pointed out, most of us think that there's nothing we could do to moisturize those tissues on the inside of our body, whether it be our sinuses, and there's all sorts of things we can do. And one of the most important things is simply providing the molecule that our body needs to keep those tissues moist. Hydrate, and then hold on to that hydration.
Well, something to keep you satisfied if you have a sweet tooth and you love chocolate. If you're a chocoholic, you've not tried the best chocolate in the world. And tonight we have a new chocolate as well.
What the real emphasis is, because this product is only available 6 months a year.
Yes.
It's available from October to April. In April, we will have a Today Special. But I just wanted, because we introduced the Choco Nouveau Cafe. That's our new version that has it has organic fair trade coffee beans ground up, and it's incredible. And the reviews are incredible. We introduced that, and it disappeared so quickly. We had enough basically for about 6 or 7 minutes in January. So the Choco Nouveau Cafe is back. So everything's back. The 66%, which is our milk chocolate, simulates milk chocolate. The 74%, which is like a milk dark chocolate. The 91%, or 74% is the most popular. I suspect the 74% Cafe is going to become neck and neck with the 74% on its own. But all of our chocolate, even though they are dark chocolate, they all possess a creamy texture like milk chocolate. And that's because there's an ingredient that we add that behaves just like milk fat, but that ingredient, instead of having the problems associated with milk fat, which is saturated fat and could potentially elevate your cholesterol and things like that, the ingredient we add naturally lowers cholesterol. and it makes the chocolate less bitter. So again, the chocolate could have less sugar. So it really is the perfect chocolate product. And you don't have to take my word for it. Most Americans don't like dark chocolate. The reviews on this product are incredible, and the reviews say that I generally don't like dark chocolate. However, this chocolate is different. So, and the Choco Nouveau Cafe, I'm not sure how much. I'll find out how much we have.
Not many.
But I'm not sure if we have enough. Hopefully we'll have enough to last through tomorrow night.
And just incidentally, to brag about this, because again, you know, we're all very particular and people know their chocolate. Choco Nouveau has 1,867 perfect 5-star reviews. That's over 70%, including the 4 stars. We're looking at over 84% of the folks saying they love this. So you've got the Choco Nouveau Cafe, and then you've got, of course, the classic Choco Nouveau. If you've been missing out, and again, we talked earlier about New Year's resolutions, because a lot of us were finding it hard to keep to those resolutions, a healthier year with healthier chocolate.
And the Choco Nouveau Cafe, just so you know, we didn't use chocolate liqueur or processed coffee. What we did is, I just had a bite, so sorry, I'm now salivating.
Very Moorish.
What we did is we went to, and I tried whole, I don't know how many different coffee beans I tried and how many different processes we tried before we got this right. But basically, it's finely ground organic fair trade coffee beans. So it's kind of got, it's the idea of a Nestle's Crunch Bar, but of course the crunchy pieces are tiny. So it has a little bit of that kind of gritty texture that it then, of course, it melts in your mouth because it's chocolate. And the bar is 90%, the bar is 90% chocolate, and a little less than 10% are the coffee pieces. And it's just amazing. And it just gives you that wonderful combination of chocolate. And the idea I got for this, because whenever we're in Europe visiting Muriel's family, of course, if you get an espresso or something like that, in France, they always bring you a little piece of chocolate. So now you get the little piece of chocolate with that wonderful espresso flavor. And
they're individually wrapped. You can put some in the drawer at work, keep them on hand at home.
And whichever one you choose, if you have one of these squares with, say, your 2 biggest meals of the day, you're going to substantially lower your cholesterol.
Yes.
And talking not like just a couple of percent, but 10, 15, 20% reductions. If you modify your diet intelligently, if you add some fiber to your diet and do things like they call the portfolio diet, you could end up seeing reductions that are 20, 25, 30% or more. So it's powerful cholesterol reduction. But even if you have perfect cholesterol, this is fine for kids. Even if you have perfect cholesterol, this is not a drug or a medicine.
Right.
It has powerful benefits, but it's just plain healthy. So even if you have perfect cholesterol, you don't have to be concerned at all. You could have this as often as you like.
We love this, and for anybody that's tried it, you already know. For those of you that haven't, you've got to experience it. Creamy, delicious, smooth. We're showing you the details right now for the cafe version. We'll flip our graphics momentarily for the regular version as well, so you can see that, because there's Choco Nouveau and Choco Nouveau Cafe. That's for the cafe. We'll flip to the regular, because if you want to do just regular chocolate, you could choose 66%, a 74%, or a 91% cacao. So the strength of the chocolate. If you don't like dark chocolate, go for the 66%. It's like milk chocolate. That's what I always choose. In between is going to be that 74%. Or if you're a hardcore dark chocolate lover, go for the 91%. Most folks stock up with the larger serving size because Andrew isn't able to ship this all year long.
Well, this goes away. As I said, it goes away in April. We'll be back in April. It will be a Today Special in April, which will have a little bit better savings than we have here today.
Yep.
But then it goes away. It goes away from April until October. And again, because again, it underscores that our dark chocolate is different. Because dark chocolate, most dark chocolate, especially 91 or 74%, you could ship it in summer because it's so dry and hard, it won't melt. But our dark chocolate is so creamy, even our 91 would melt in summer. So we have to, it's an incredible product 6 months of the year, and then it disappears. Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
And based upon the response, there's a lot of fondness for this. We're excited that you're loving it. If you've not experienced the new cafe version, I think you're in for an absolute treat. Andrew, this is is only a couple months old since you launched it.
Oh, the cafe.
Yeah.
I think we launched the cafe last month.
Was it just last month? Right, jeez.
I think we launched it in January.
Right,
so our cafe, as I said before, it disappeared in a matter of moments. But I think even on the cafe itself, I think there are already about 80 reviews or so.
Fantastic.
On the cafe itself. And I think it's something like 80 or 85% of the reviews are 5-star reviews. And that's for a dark chocolate product. So again, dark chocolate is not the favorite chocolate in America. Milk chocolate is, followed by white chocolate, and then the lower percentages of dark chocolate, more like 50, 60%, not our 74 and our 91 are our two most popular. The 66 is actually the third popular, the least popular.
You would never have guessed that, would you, in the beginning?
Actually, when we first produced the 66, we produced about 50% in the 66, half the quantity in the 66.
Amazing.
And then we split it between the 74 and 91. So the 74 is probably about half the quantity, the most popular, followed by the 91.
Amazing.
And then a small percentage of the 66.
You see, you never know. You never ever know, but we love that you love it.
It's different.
It's different, it's special. We're gonna head over this way. Just 20 minutes from now, 2 new today's specials, circulation and vein. If you've run out, it's been a little over a year since we had a today's special. It's coming up. Turmeric is here as a today's special as well, so lots of excitement surrounding that. I wrote something down on this card, Andrew. You said the last time I presented vitamin K2 MK7, this was one of the most important vitamins you could supplement. And for anybody out there that's heard Andrew discuss or talk about this, you'll understand why. You talk about calcium and how you get it to the places that it should be. I'll quickly go over pricing because I know we don't have a lot of time. Extra special savings event. If you do need to add in or add vitamin K2 to your cart tonight, 30 through 360, big savings if you order. But Andrew, in your own words, one of the most important you can supplement.
Yeah, it's a rather recent introduction, even for us. I mean, by recent, I mean it's something that we introduced probably I'd say about 8 or 10 years ago.
Okay.
But vitamin K2, MK7, vitamin K1 is the vitamin K that has to do with clotting. Vitamin K2, MK7 is all about calcium utilization. And we'll mention calcium briefly afterwards.
Yes.
And typically we mention this after calcium. But this is more important than calcium. And the reason why is whether you get calcium from your diet or whether you get calcium from a supplement, you're going to have to deal with the issues that calcium poses for your body. And those issues that calcium poses for your body is that, yes, calcium is critical for the health of our skeleton. And our skeleton basically is the reservoir. It's where our body sort of stores calcium. But calcium can find its way into other tissues. We don't want that to happen. We don't want our arteries to be calcifying. We don't want our joints and other tissues to be calcifying. And what's wonderful about vitamin K2 MK7, it really polices the process of where calcium is going to go and where calcium should stay. So vitamin K2 MK7 has been shown in research not only to improve the health of our bones by supporting the retention of calcium in our bones, but also by making sure that the calcium stays in our bones and making sure it doesn't get delivered to our arteries. And calcium in our arteries, the calcification, that's involved with our arteries becoming less flexible, becoming hard. We don't want hard arteries. So with vitamin K2 MK7, the most recent research, a few studies in particular, even just using the K2 MK7 for a few months was associated with a significant improvement in the flexibility of arteries. And as far as I'm concerned, there's all sorts of measures of youthfulness. Many will say it's the flexibility, the resilience of our skin that makes us youthful, or the flexibility and the resilience of our joints that makes us youthful. The real one, as far as I'm concerned, that's directly related to longevity and health and well-being, it's the flexibility and the resilience of our arteries, our blood vessels. And that's where vitamin K2 MK7 has been shown to perform unlike any other nutrient or ingredient in terms of supporting and promoting and improving the resiliency and the flexibility of our arteries, and also improving and supporting the health of our bones.
And just a reminder, the pricing is extra special today. Whenever you see Andrew live, whether we're here in St. Petersburg or Las Vegas or in Santa Monica, these are the best prices, certainly. So you're going to get free shipping and handling. You get the FlexPay opportunity. The 360 caps is saving you $40 today. So when Andrew's visit is over, this is where the pricing will go back to. That's what it is today, and these are the savings that you can have. Tonight's show is quick. It's kind of a rapid fire. We're running through lots of great products that Andrew loves to share information about. Of course, our big today specials are minutes away from launching, circulation and vein support, and of course, turmeric. Andrew, with this, is it one per day?
Just that's all you need is one per day. And again, we've increased the potency. Originally, we introduced it as a 50 microgram capsule.
Okay.
And then we increased it to 100 microgram. So we still have the 50, but the standard became 100 micrograms. We lowered the pricing, and then we increased the 100 to 120.
Okay.
So what we've done is, again, the research becomes more and more compelling, and as more and more research is published, we modify the formula to ensure that you're going to get the greatest benefit possible. You could take 2 capsules if you want, but 1 capsule is fine. And again, whether you supplement calcium or not, you're still getting calcium from your diet. You still have calcium in your bones. And as we all get older, we want to make sure it stays in our bones and doesn't. It's just sort of a normal, natural process. It's going to migrate and leach into other tissues. Vitamin K2, K7 is a force for good. It sort of is the policeman, the traffic cop that says, calcium, you can go here, but you can't go there. And that's exactly what we want when it comes to calcium. We need it in our bones because as we age, we all can be at risk of osteoporosis, osteopenia, and the fractures and things that could come with that. So we want to make sure our calcium stays in our bones and keeps our bones strong. We don't want it to go elsewhere, and that's where vitamin K2, K7 comes in.
I like that, a force for good. That's exactly what it is. I'll write that down. I'll say that next time. Well, just for those wanting to also get the calcium, magnesium intensive care, we do have that available as well.
And again, the key difference in our calcium, magnesium intensive care is that it's not going to upset your stomach. It's designed to be super soluble because calcium is inherently insoluble. It's a metal. It's not going to be very soluble. As we get older, it becomes harder and harder to tolerate. So our calcium is going to be something that's going to be easy to swallow, will never upset your stomach, gentle even to the most sensitive stomach. So you get the calcium and you don't have to be miserable experiencing it.
And that's a 4.7 star rating, just so you know. I mean,
for
that's
calcium.
Fabulous.
Yeah, calcium is not something that most people are going to think about writing a positive review. Calcium is kind of like fiber or like omega-3s.
Yep.
These are products that the way most companies make them is so unpleasant to use them. And calcium, again, it's a metal. If you looked on the periodic table of elements, it's going to be on the side of that table that's associated with it being a metal. Metals tend to not be highly soluble. What do we make pipes out of?
Right.
We make pipes out of metal. So calcium is not highly soluble. We pick forms that are more soluble. It's an ultrafine powder, so it's an ultrafine granular size that dramatically increases its solubility and also dramatically reduces any possibility of stomach upset.
Well, we love that you're ordering and shopping with us tonight. We appreciate you being there. For those of you staying up late, we are minutes away from the launch of the most comprehensive and advanced circulation and vein product that Andrew has ever done. We're going to head over this way.
I think that anyone's ever done.
That anyone's, of
Arguably,
course.
yes.
But that's why, I mean, Andrew, it's always a thrill to do these shows because your products are founded on the latest and greatest science and research, and they're amazing formulas.
Well, it's funny, I just mentioned that probably the other products that people love to hate is a calcium product and a fiber product. And now they'll even make fiber drinks that are these drinks that you mix with water and they're crystal clear.
Right.
That's not real fiber. That's going to be synthetic fiber, and it's more a carbohydrate than it really is a fiber. And if you want a natural fiber, if you want the benefits of fiber in terms of digestion, because unfortunately, I'm not one of those people that thinks we should be consuming enormous amounts of fiber.
Right.
But if you look at the American diet, we just don't even come close to minimal levels of fiber intake, of healthy fiber intake. And it's important for the musculature, it's important for the motility, it's important for the the peristalsis, the whole process that moves things through our digestive system. It's important for keeping the probiotics, the microbiome healthy. So all of these things are dependent upon fiber, and fiber is not something we get from our diet. And again, this is it sounds like a contradiction, but this is the most powerful, most gentle fiber you will ever experience, 100% natural. And again, read the reviews. Fiber products are typically horribly reviewed. I think this is another product that's probably 4.5 or 4.6 stars. It's an exceptionally 4.6 stars, an exceptionally well-reviewed product. That means at 4.6 stars, about 95% of the reviews are positive reviews.
Correct.
So you'll get this home. You'll think, you know, 1 or 2 of these little tiny capsules with a meal is going to make a significant difference. Read the reviews, because you want to start with, say, 1 capsule a meal or 1 capsule a day, or at most 2 capsules a meal, because it is very powerful. Those little tiny capsules are very powerful, and you want to inch up on the benefits. You don't want to take, I'm one of those people that I prefer that you take as little as possible to get the benefits you seek. And Fibromucil delivers the benefits without having to take a huge handful of pills.
Authentic, pure, real ingredient that really gives you what your body needs. Pricing is fantastic if you're ordering tonight. There's even up to 1,000 capsule available.
And it's less than a dime a capsule.
That's fantastic.
So it makes fiber affordable. And again, if you're drinking, first of all, those drinks have all sorts of sweeteners and artificial sweeteners and all sorts of things added to them. And then they generally aren't even natural fiber at all. So when those drinks are these clear beverages, this is natural fiber. This is Mother Nature's best natural source of fiber. So you're giving your body a chance. You're giving it what it needs. Our digestive system was not designed to live without fiber. And certainly each one of our digestive systems is unique, not so much because anatomically we're all unique and different, but our microbiomes are so unique and different. And I recorded a video the other day talking about how our microbiome, the genetic material in our microbiome, is more insightful about our health than our own genetic material. So, and again, it's important to nourish our microbiome, and our microbiome loves the things that a lot of us don't eat, whether it's legumes, things like lentils and peas. Fiber-rich food nourishes our microbiome. And the more diverse our diet, the more diverse the microbiome and the more beneficial that is for us. So Fibromucil not only is great for regularity, but it's also great for nourishing our microbiome.
There's no gas, bloating, upset stomach. It's the way you want the fiber to be. And something to kind of sum it up, Andrew, to your point, it's important for overall health without this.
Well, again, what we now know, our overall health is really determined by what's going on and going through our gut. So many things we're reading about now are so many health conditions. They're reading, and you read the headlines, they're talking about how they're connected to things going on in our gut over the course of our lifetime. What it just was going to show, first of all, how small the capsule is, and then you get to see the ultrafine powder. And it really is like dust. And that's why this is so mild. That's why it works so well, because that fiber, even though it's like dust, it absorbs moisture. And it absorbs moisture, and it swells up, and it moves through you gently, cleansing and actually stimulating. And again, our colon, our small intestine, these organs were designed to be performing digestion with fiber present. And the way most of us eat, we're not getting the quality of fiber that we need for healthy digestion.
It's perhaps one of the most important ones you'll pick up tonight. We are very, very busy, folks. If you are able to go online at hsn.com, it's a way to get in first. If you are waiting to get through, I promise we'll be with you momentarily to make sure that we can process your call and your order. A lot of folks wanting to take advantage of the savings, and I don't blame you. It's worth staying on the phone for. So that's our Fibromucil, a very important product.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the hold in the.
It's busy.
Yeah, it's been busy tonight. So again, I would let you know if there was a risk of running out of anything, so you could always write down the item number, or go online, or you could call in a few moments when things quiet down. But we're not going to run out of anything, I promise.
Don't panic.
Yes.
We're going to head over
Usually
this
that's
way.
not what people say. Usually, what do they say on TV? Usually they say, call now, call now. And
gonna sell out.
We'll
gonna sell out.
And but not the case. I just got here, so we have ample supplies of everything.
I think everybody's just so excited to see you, Andrew. That's the thing.
Oh, that's nice. That makes me feel good.
You're wanted and needed here at HSN.
Yes.
We love you.
Oh.
We are just a few minutes away, and we've got a lot of great information to share with you. But Andrew, immune factors.
Well, this is something, naturally with what's going on in the world, a lot of unscrupulous companies and manufacturers are making all sorts of crazy claims for all sorts of products and botanicals and things that can help avoid, you know, whatever virus is going on. So, but it's not the case. The only thing we can do is be intelligent, say, about where we're traveling and all of that. And right now, the most important thing we do is just support our immune system. And supporting our immune system is more than any single dietary supplement. And supporting our immune system is all about making sure we're getting adequate rest, quality sleep, eating a healthy diet, being adequately hydrated. Before we were talking about maintaining the hydration of our sinuses and our nasal passages. We're talking about that for general comfort and health, but certainly our immune system, if those tissues are moist, our immune system functions better. And our immune system is part of the system is a barrier system. So we want to make sure that barrier works its very best. So the first thing we need to know about all the worries and concerns that come with what's going on in the world is that there's no magic supplement or magic pill that we could be swallowing that's going to be a defense for that. The most important thing we can do is be intelligent about how we move through the world and to also make good decisions in terms of supporting our immune system. And as I said before, we know what those are. That's all about the adequate rest and quality sleep. It's all about eating properly, being adequately hydrated. Yes, there are certain nutrients, key nutrients that are critical to the functioning of our immune system. Adequate levels of vitamin C, adequate levels of the B complex vitamins, especially B12. We want to make sure whether it's certain botanicals, Echinacea, Goldenseal, Astragalus, mushroom complex, that we have those. But again, these are not going to be cures or treatments or prevention for any specific virus. The only opportunity we have in that regard is really just the collective, comprehensive sort of decisions, taking those responsible decisions in terms of our immune system. We all know that. But I think it's easy to fall prey to products that promise us something otherwise. But again, we just need to realize the responsibility lies with us. And right now, hopefully, this is going to be another one of those things that just will pass.
Please God. I mean, this is a product that for a lot of folks at this time of year especially, when we feel a little bit more vulnerable to what's going on around us, friends and family members, co-workers, this is a 90% 5-star rated product. So I mean, Andrew, that's testament to the integrity, to the quality, to the results that people see, and the pricing is very affordable. No,
it's incredibly affordable. You're looking at a product, when you read the label of this product, as I said before, it's like a separate vitamin C and B complex, but also a full Echinacea and Goldenseal, which is originally how we introduced this product. First, it was vitamin C and B complex about 41 years ago. About 30 plus years ago, we added the Echinacea, and then a little while after that, the Goldenseal, then eventually the Astragalus, the mushroom complex. And we have probably, I would say by the end of this year, maybe the beginning of next year, we might add a couple of more ingredients. We just have to find some room in the capsule. That's always the difficult part, because the capsule will only get so big. We don't use large capsules. So we want to continue always improving our products, improving the standardization, and that's why this product has always been so well reviewed.
It gets better and better every single time. We encourage you to try it. There's people that take it religiously. There's a lot of folks that take it at certain times of the year, like now. But again, with Andrew's products, there's no fear or concern of the upset stomach. There's no side effects, just side benefits.
The one thing about this product, because they're sort of these natural extracts, this one does smell a little funny when you open the bottle. You'll notice.
Remind myself.
Yeah. It just has kind of a sort of a
natural smell,
like a sweet natural plant material smell. But that's the Echinacea and the Goldenseal, and it's always had that distinctive odor. But it won't make you smell that way. It doesn't. It has no taste whatsoever when you swallow the capsule. And again, ultrafine powder that will not upset your stomach.
And Andrew, just as we kind of segue into our today's special launches, all of these products are made right here in the United States of America from the finest ingredients, all solar powered.
And that's unique. Nowadays, lots of products are made overseas, fully manufactured overseas. Certainly, as I talked about before, we get our marine collagen peptides from Japan, we get our phytoceramides from France. So we source things from all over the world, but we ultimately make everything at our factory right here in Henderson, Nevada, with using entirely solar energy. We have no carbon footprint in our production process at all. And that's a real factory. People have asked me if that was an illustration, but
it's real. I've been there.
You can see the cars driving by. And so those are that front building and then a building behind, because there are the solar panels covering the parking lot, and that's the building behind. So everything is made here in the U.S.
Amazing.
And unlike most products you see in supermarkets or pharmacies or discount stores or online, most of those products are made by contract manufacturers who the only relationship they have with that company who's selling it is they were hired to manufacture it. They answered a bid to manufacture it. So we make everything. That's why we can change a formula on a dime. In a matter of moments, we could change a formula if a new ingredient appears. We make sure that formula is the very best it could be.
And that's why formulas are always evolving. That's going to be a key theme to our today's special that's about to launch. If you're on the phone, we see you there. Stay in the ordering process to make sure you get yours. Andrew, final words on this?
Well, I was just going to say about the circulation vein coming up. It's perhaps the product I make that is most often described as a life-changing product, a desert island product that someone would never want to be without. But in terms of immune factors, again, it's we have a studio light that's going out here. It's like a little strobe. We're in a disco here now.
I didn't know it was Halloween.
But immune factors is one of those things. It's a very straightforward, conservative product that delivers the components you need, and that's why, if you look at the reviews, they're virtually perfect.
Again, 90% 5-star reviews. Stay right there for yours. Immune Factors is special pricing with FlexPay and free shipping and handling. The time, the moment has come. Once a year, that time is now. So, fireworks going off as we launch our Best Buy of the day.